Well, good evening, welcome, nice to be with you again. It's a bit chilly though, so I've got my old shuffle on today, the old sawn off anorak with a sawn off jacket. And it's Bob, by the way, it's BOBCAST. And it's Thursday night, it's the 4th of June, which is always a good time to be. Sorry, got a bit of reflux there, a bit of wind. Not sure why. If I was a true professional, of course, I would be saying, right, I'll restart this BOBCAST and I shall do it properly. But no, I decided not to do that. Now then, the burning question, which many people have been wondering about, was yesterday I was talking about Paint Your Wagon. I was born under a wandering star. I tell you, 40 Woodbine a day didn't do me any harm when it came to singing. And I told you that the A-side, which got to number 1, was Lee Marvin, I Was Born Under a Wandering Star, from the film Paint Your Wagon and the stage play. Really good, very good indeed. But on the other side, I talk to the trees, but they don't listen to me. I talk to the sunshine, but it doesn't hear. Didn't talk to the sunshine today, I tell you, there wasn't any. No sunshine at all. That didn't bring me sunshine in your smile or anything like that. Anyhow, talking to the trees was Clint Eastwood. Yep, he was the guy on the B-side. And that, I know, it was a very unusual record because the A-side got to number 1 and then later on the B-side got to number 18. So it was, and it was a 45 RPM. Remember then? 45 RPM. And yeah, it's spinning around. I remember those in the old dance set and dancing to that. And stereograms. Did you have a stereogram? Now then, for those of you who haven't got a clue what I'm talking about, a stereogram was a big box, huge thing, probably 5 foot. And it had speakers on either side. It's usually made of teak and had those screw-in legs, screwed in with sort of brass plates at the bottom, slightly splayed. And in the middle, there would be, you open the top, and in the middle there'd be a deck, probably a Garrard SP25. There's a technical term you didn't expect me to know. SP25, the advantage of the SP25 was that you could put 3 or 4 records on, and it would play one, then it would knock them, and the next one would fall down. Stereogram was speakers, and every house had one. Fidelity was one of the big makes of those. You maybe still have them. People turn them into wine cabinets and all types of posh things. But no, yes, well, I've just realised I haven't set my clock, so I'm setting it now. So that's a long way round for me to tell you that the name I couldn't remember yesterday was Clint Eastwood. The only time we believe, just checking my notes, make sure it's right. Yes, it is. The only time I believe that he ever sang in any of the films he made. And actually, if you listen to it, you can understand why. Anyhow, Google it, stick it on YouTube. It's there, Lee Marvin and Clint Eastwood. So how's your day been? Mine's been a bit strange because I've been sort of in all day and uninundated, but in all day. Quite a few things to do and had various meetings to have and people to talk to and working my way through a lot of paperwork and that type of thing. Did a drive over to Galashiels to deliver something to somebody this afternoon, and that was good, but the weather hasn't been brilliant. Did a very nice visit this morning, and cool to see someone at their house, and thank you very much indeed for making me so welcome in the Prezi. It was just absolutely lovely, but it's been a funny day. One of the things I'm realizing in lockdown, is that the rhythm of life, the rhythm of life is a wonderful, I'm going to stop singing from now. The rhythm of life, the rhythm of life is a wonderful thing. And I tend to lead a life of rhythm. No, I'm not a Catholic, but I tend to lead a life of rhythm. And, of morning prayers and evening prayers and Eucharists and sermon writing and broadcasting and eating and eating and eating and eating and doing all those things. And rhythm is important. And during lockdown, my rhythm's changed a bit, which has been a bit strange. I was out today. I met a Frenchman, and I said to him, "Do you play video games?" And he said, "Oui." That's a very, now you've got to be young and trendy to get that. If you don't know what it is, that's a great excuse to ring your great-grandchildren or your grandchildren and say, "Bob said we about video games, what's that about?" And, and then you'll get an X in the box later on. I'm quite impressed with that. That wasn't made up. I found this a lovely thing. I've just seen some breaking news that a man who has trained his dog to play the trumpet on the London Underground said he went from barking to tooting in just over an hour. Yeah, very good indeed. That is great. It was no good for me though, because 3 weeks ago I sent my hearing aids to be repaired, and I've heard absolutely nothing since. I went to see, but I couldn't make a spectacle of myself. That's just one of those things. Right, okay. So I'm not going to do a poem today because I'm not sad. I feel relieved about the possibility that the person who allegedly murdered Madeleine McCann has been caught. I mean, it sounds awful. It sounds absolutely awful that you're pleased and that maybe, but I'm pleased that her parents are going to get closure. And I think those of us who've lived the whole thing, and I know there's lots of different views around, and there've been so many different theories and things, but it would be just good. I imagine losing someone is awful, absolutely awful. But not to know what's happened to them is even worse. But one of the things that's just saddened me slightly, and I realise I'm getting a bit of a soapbox on Bobcast, so I'm going to have to stop. But one of the things that saddened me is already there's questions being asked about why weren't they found further and earlier, and why wasn't this done, and why wasn't that done. We do question everything, don't we? And we're always looking to point the finger of blame or something like that. Not brilliant. So I was thinking about that, and a few weeks ago on Facebook, there was a thing doing the rounds about businesses going back, and they were talking about businesses, and going back and all the things, and it's a huge. If you've got your own business, be it a news agent or a cafe or a shop or a hairdresser, or well, I'm going to go back forever, or anything else. There's a huge amount to learn, and we're all learning on the hoof all the time, as the jockey said. So I just saw this, and I thought it's actually about saying to people, let's be kind. So none of us have the same circumstances, medically high risk, child, family member, or businesses about to go under. Dreadful, people about to lose their job. So let's stay in our own lanes, this says, and keep the judgment down as we begin to reopen. So just a thought. Some people don't agree with opening. That's okay. Be kind. Some people are still planning to stay at home. That's all right. Let's just be kind about it. That's fine. That's their decision. Some people are scared of getting the virus and a second wave happening. That's understandable. Let's be kind about it. Some people are sighing with relief to go back to work, knowing that they may not lose their business or their homes, may be able to pay their mortgage. That's all right as well. Be kind. Some people have already lost their jobs and their businesses, their livelihoods and their incomes. So let's be kind as well. I heard a story, well, I'm not going to tell you, but someone who just wasn't being kind, and I thought, you won't say that when you need them in the future. And some people are thankful they can have surgery that's been put off. Yeah, that's okay as well. There's so many different emotions. Let's be kind. Some people may be able to attend an interview after weeks without a job. Maybe it's an interview online or even in person. That's good as well. Be kind. Some people will wear masks and some people won't. I hope that most people will wear masks. But, that's up to them. But if you're going to go on public transport, certainly in England, sure, you've got to wear a mask. So we just need to be kind. Some people will rush out to get their hair or their nails done. That's okay too. So let's be kind. I think there's some shops and some business premises will get it wrong, and we'll have to rethink it, and we'll have to try again. Let's not crucify, eh? Let's be kind. So I think that's my sort of thought for today, really. Instead of a poem, let's be kind and think of people, because we're just in a strange place, aren't we? So, I can't believe it. Somebody broke into my garage today and stole my limbo stick. Well, I've just got to ask, how low can you go? For goodness sake, I was watching Hawaii Five-0 at the time. And I've also found out today, and it's been really quite difficult, but I found out that I'm colourblind. The news came completely out of the purple, So right, now, what I will do though, because lots of people have been saying they like these, I'm not quite sure why they do, but they do like them. People are saying, "Can we have some more of these church misprints?" I've got thousands of them, thousands and thousands. So I will do that. The Women's Luncheon Club, each member's asked to bring a sandwich, and Polly Phillips will give the medication. Miss Charlene Mason, I may have said this yesterday, Miss Charlene Mason sang, "I will not pass this way again," giving obvious pleasure to the congregation. Ushers will eat latecomers, it says here. And the church will host an evening of fine dining and superb hospitality. Oh, I made a complete mess of that. Start again. Rewind that one, shall we? The church will host an evening of fine dining, superb entertainment, and gracious hostility. So remember, when I got that wrong, what's the catchphrase? Be kind. So wherever you are today, and whatever's been going on in your life, whether you felt caged like a lion, rah, rah, or whether you've been free like a caged bird. Remember that lovely poem about the caged bird? Maybe you'll begin to feel like that. Maybe you were wishing you were free. Someone would just open the door of the cage and let you go. And maybe do that poem again, or Google it. The Caged Bird. It's such a fabulous poem. So many people liked it. I use it in a sermon as well. It's really good. I've just had this sent to me. It's just come in now, and it's Captain Kirk talking to Scotty on whatever that is, Star Trek, isn't it? And Captain Kirk saying, "Humans are so primitive, they eat more bananas than monkeys." And Scott is saying, "I've never eaten a monkey in my life." Very good. I like Captain Kirk jokes. They're all pretty good. Okay, so I hope today's been okay, and we're moving in, and this whole rhythm. I hope you managed to find a new rhythm to just start again if you've lost it. A few people have been writing saying they're struggling with their emotions. They're just not feeling great. That's okay, as I said yesterday. And some people are getting back to work and beginning to feel better. Some people are social distancing. Some people are blatantly breaking it. Oh, it's all right for me to drive 97 miles. Oh, it's all right for what's it? A friend of mine put a blog up on Facebook, and there's somebody who's shielding, not well. And they just said, please, 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 please don't cause me to catch the virus, just so you can have a few hours of pleasure. I think there's something about that too. So there we are. I'm going to take my jacket, and I'm going to keep myself warm as toast, because I like a bit of toast. And I will speak to you tomorrow. Take care. God bless you. Look after yourselves. And watch thou, dear Lord, with those who wake or watch or weep tonight, and give your angels charge over those who sleep. Tend your sick ones, Lord Christ. Rest your weary ones. Bless your dying ones. Soothe your suffering ones. And all for your love's sake. Amen. So please be careful. Right. I didn't want to believe that my dad was stealing from his job as a road worker. But when I got home, all the signs were there. Bye.